So good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, karibu sana. My name is Devance Ogweno and this is Devance Empire. So it's just time for me to wake up. As you can see, I'm always a late time waker. It's 11:44, almost noon. So I have to get up and actually prepare my bed. Okay, so the first thing that I do every day when I wake up in the morning is to sit on my bed and meditate. I first pick my phone and browse through to see if I have any messages that I never responded. I try so much to respond. Then I later go to Instagram, Twitter, and all social media handles that I have. Then later I will pick my notebook and go through my planner for the day. I always write my plans for the next day on the previous night before I wake up. So after that, I wake up and get out from the bed knowing what I'm supposed to do. I open the door for fresh air to enter the house. Then I decide to prepare my bed. So I spread my bed using the duvet and arrange my pillows and cushions on the right place, and voila, it's all done and set. Again, I pick my phone and go through some few messages and TikTok videos that I was watching in the night and never completed watching them. So the next step is for me to walk into the bathroom and ensure my teeth is brushed. So I use my toothbrush, as you see. That's what I'm doing right now. I brush my teeth and rinse my mouth thoroughly, even though no one is going to do anything with my breath at that particular time. But it's good because you might have visitors and you might be unfortunate to have a bad breath. So I avoid that. Later, I take a shower and leave the bathroom. Right now, I'm trying to organize my kitchen. I'm trying to put things in order, and that is what is happening right now. As usual, I prepare tea. So I fetch water, 1 cup, and place my majani or tea leaves in my water. Then I'll just place it on the gas to eat until it boils thoroughly. I'm that guy who loves multitasking. So as my tea will be boiling or getting ready on the fire, I will decide to wash my utensils so that place can look a little bit organized and not the way it's looking right now. Washing utensils is one of the challenges that I am facing right now. I hate washing utensils. If there's something that I would choose to avoid, then it's washing utensils. But then, because I live alone, I cannot avoid washing them. So I make them dirty and I have to wash them on my own. And I have to wash them because if I don't wash them, they will attract flies and fruit flies in the house, making the house look like a park of insects. So I'm grateful for finding this house because this house has water throughout. In Nairobi, finding a house that has water is quite difficult. But when you find, then be sure that the house rent will be extremely high. And that's why I pay so much for this house. Even though it's expensive, the house rent, I still save a lot of coins, because if I moved into a house that I wasn't paying for water in the rent, and then I will have to pay for the rent exclusively and water exclusively. English. That means I have to buy water like each and every time water runs dry in my taps, which will be very expensive. So for me to save, I had to get a house that actually you pay for water inside the rent and that is why, or what has helped me so far. Washing utensils is not easy, especially for boy child. It's very difficult. That's the reason why I bought a lot of sufurias to be enough to cook for a whole week without me washing any in the course of the week. So I have enough sufurias to take me through a whole week. Like, I can cook ugali 4 times in a week. I can cook rice twice. I can cook stews and all those stuff that are required to take away hunger, stomach hunger, and that is an advantage for me. Next, my tea is ready. I've added it on my cup. I'm gonna take it with the banana and also a plate of ugali and sukuma wiki. That is supper that I ate last evening and I never completed, so it's supposed to help me this morning. So before I have my breakfast, I first ensure that all the utensils are actually clean and well arranged, and then I take my cloth for wiping, the kitchen sink, and ensure just everywhere around that kitchen area is clean. So my utensils are clean, the rack is well arranged, and it's now time for me to sit down and actually start munching and taking my breakfast. So that is all for now. So I'm just done washing my utensils. The kitchen area is so clean, as you can see. Everything is arranged. The cups here, my sufurias here, together with the plates, and as well as knives, cooking sticks, and what have been placed here. This place will dry as soon as possible. This is my drinking water. So the next step is to take my breakfast. Let me have breakfast before I can do something else. As you notice, my house is not so big. It's a bed sitter, and something good, or something that is common in most bed sitters or studio apartments, is that a particular location or a particular thing can be used for several reasons. Like, for example, this place is my kitchen. I use this place to cook. I can as well use this table here, this flat surface here, as a table to eat. So I can prepare my food and come and eat here. Alternatively, I can fix another place in the house to actually eat and just get satisfied, as long as I'm comfortable and the food is going deep down into my stomach. Let's have our breakfast. Time to eat my tea, banana, ugali, and skuma. Unfortunately, I'm gonna take tea and banana alone. That will be enough for me for now, and then the remaining meal, ugali and mboga, I will eat it later in the day during lunch hour when I'm hungry. The reason why is because I'm trying to economize. I don't want to buy food. Even if I had the money, I won't spend it on buying another food. I have to ensure this is complete before I cook another meal. Pouring food or wasting food is very dangerous, and it might affect you in one way or another. I'm done taking breakfast. So guys, the next step is to ensure my table is ready, because I want to start actually editing my videos. So this is my workstation. As you can see, that is my workstation. Let me show you some of the things or gadgets that I use. Normally at this particular time after taking breakfast, I normally sit down to actually edit or actually create content. So my plan today is to edit videos as I create this content for you. So what happens is simple, very simple. Number one, on my table I have my laptop here. As you can see, it's very big. This is my laptop. Yeah, this is a very great machine, thanks to Fishmonger Stories, George Otieno, as well as his brother Dennis Otieno, who came together and sacrificed to buy me this beast that you see here. I call it beast because it's so powerful. It's a very powerful machine. I normally use it for my editing, serious editings, because it's number one, it has enough storage. Number two, it is reliable. I can rely on it. It's very fast. It can perform very heavy duties and tasks. Editing is not an easy joke. You need very powerful gadgets to edit. On this table, I have this particular doll. This is for my baby cousin. I'm sure you've seen her several times on my videos. I have this portrait here that I was given by a friend of mine, Roberta Swani. Yes, and this is my router. This is my Wi-Fi, as you can see. So as an editor, one important factor to consider is very good and stable internet. So this is my router. I actually using the Zook Wi-Fi. It's not so strong, and but let's say it's not reliable, but it can still perform what duty calls it to do, because there are different types of Wi-Fi's, and that depends on your money. If you have a lot of money, you can go for Safaricom fiber. It's very expensive but very fast, very satisfying. This is my camera. This is a Nikon B500. Currently it's not working because the batteries got worn out, and that is the reason why you see it up here. So sometimes if I want to create content, serious content that needs more than one camera, I normally use this one. I use my phones, and I use the GoPro camera. As you see, this is also a GoPro. This is a very powerful, tiny camera, very, very strong. It can do greater things. The way you see it appearing here, very tiny, it is a very, very great one. This is my mouse for this laptop. And then I always have my notebook where I have to plan. This helps me in my plannings. As you can see here, trying to compile my 2022 resolutions. I have several resolutions here, as you can see. So far there are eight major ones. I don't want to share them with you because of blah 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 blah. Okay, then I have my phone here. This is my other Android phone. The one that I'm using to shoot is my iPhone that I was also gifted by my friend George Otieno, as well as his brother Dennis Otieno. These are my headphones. Sometimes if I'm editing in an environment that I don't want to distract the people around me, or I want to record audios and maybe I don't want to cause a lot of disturbance, I normally use my headphones. Like if I don't want to focus on other background noises, this is where this one comes handy. It helps me a lot. This is my keyboard, and this keyboard is for this other computer. Yes, as you see, this is another computer that I have here. This computer has served me for the longest time. It's also powerful. It's a Core i5, and I have my editing there. So here, like you see on the screen, this is Photoshop open. I was editing for John Okidi a video, and now I created him a thumbnail. Apart from that, I was also having another project that I was doing here. This is Ubuntu. I am because you are. That is for Fishmonger Stories, is forthcoming video. Probably this video might be released before this video is released, but make sure you go watch his YouTube channel so that you can be entertained with very great African stories. So this is my monitor here. It's a 22-inch screen. Then here I have my Sony home theater player, music player. As you can see how it looks like. Now, why is a music player or a good sound system important to an editor? For proper sounding, you want to hear all the cinematic sounds, you want to hear all the bass effects, you want to hear all the things that you're adding onto your video that we call effects and sound effects and what. You want to hear them clearly, and you can only achieve that through having a good sound system. So this is the remote for my ring light. This Sony home theater comes with a very powerful remote. Let me just show you. Here is it. As you can see, it has several commands, and it has several volume records on it. And it also comes with 5 different speakers as well as a subwoofer. So this is one of the speakers. This is the central speaker. It actually plays all sound. Sometimes if I don't want a lot to activate the others, as you see on the roof here, I've done a lot of connection. That is one speaker. Another speaker is on the other end. There's a mouse there. That wire, there's There are so many. So the speaker is up here, and there's another one here, and on the other end of the house up there, as you can see there is also another speaker. So that is my table setup. I have the box for the iPhone. This is just for beauty. I normally place it on top of my table here to just add on to decorations. It feels so good reading the name iPhone or seeing it up here, because I'm one of the iPhone users. I'm proud to say so. And then let me show you, I've not yet done. This is my duplicating machine. It's an 11-tower duplicating machine, very powerful for duplicating CDs, especially when I'm recording for or preparing music CDs for artists who are going to sell them, or for after different functions. And then this is my system unit. It's a Core i5 machine, as you can see. I have a 32 GB HP flash disk here used for transporting information from one computer to another, and it works well for me. This one here is just a table, a desk with my personal belongings in there. Lastly, on my table here, I normally have these pieces of papers. There are very many on top of my table here, because these are the things that I usually record things on these papers so that I cannot forget. I stick them here so that every time I'm on this desk here working, I can always remember them. So like, for example, this one says text the Canadian friend on WhatsApp. I had already done that. These are unfinished projects. As you can see, there's Liz Martin, Jackton, George, Philip, yes. And then these are some of the corrections I do while editing on my videos. I have to write them down. Hapo zamani, Eko, Mogi Bingwa, that is his name. Yes, and then here I also have my shopping list here. Sometimes when I run out of things and I'm seated on the table here, I can just write them and with their prices and place them here. So anytime I'm going to the shop, I can budget myself and know how much I'm going to spend and how much do I have. Some of the change that I have, I usually place on top of the table here. As you can see, I'm almost running broke, as the money there indicates. Now it's time to start working. Before I start editing my videos, I first ensure that I have enough electricity to take me through, because without electricity you cannot edit, and then these computers consume a lot of electricity. So you have to ensure that the electricity you have is sufficient to take you through the process of your editing. As you see here right now, I have 18.44 units. This is not so little. In a day, if I open both computers, I usually consume 4 units. So meaning this one should take me for roughly how many days? Well, I don't know, but somehow. Well, you remember, it's not only the computers that I use for editing, but I also use a hot shower that also consumes a lot of electricity. So once I've confirmed my electricity is okay, now I have the rights to open my computer. When I notice the units are not enough, I have to restart my computer. I have to ensure first I buy electricity, pay, and then do my editings. So today I'm going to use the laptop for editing of videos. So I'll just open it. It has gone off. It's not connected. I need to buy another extension because this extension has become so weak and it can easily spoil my property. Yes. If you want to know if it's on, you'll see the blue lighting here on the charger. It's gone off, meaning it's still loose. I need to buy an extension. What are these? Okay, it's working now. You see? So I open my computer so that I can start editing. So basically guys, in a separate video, I'm gonna do a video to actually highlight the basic things that you need to know as an editor, and also the challenges and the advantages that also come with this profession or work that we do as editors. For this video, I beg to end and I beg to stop here because it's already long. I don't want you to get bored. I also want you to go and watch other videos in my YouTube channel, as well as other friends of mine and other people that I work for, like Fishmonger Stories, John Okidi, and many other people that I won't mention to you because I am their anonymous editor. Until next time, always work hard and be nice to people, and remember that nothing, absolutely nothing, is impossible. This is Devance Empire. End of discussion.